Hey Capricorn, I'm going to do a mid-September reading for you. Let's see what this cards say. Two of Swords, Five of Cups, Seven of Cups, the Star, the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Cups, the Ten of Wands, and the last card here is Worry. Okay, so the first card is your concern, and this is a Two of Swords. So this one definitely shows that you are in between two different places. You may have a choice to make. You could be in between a rock and a hard place kind of situation. You could also be pretending like everything's fine, but inside you're kind of worrying with yourself. Okay, so I do see that that is definitely a concern. Your immediate past here is a Five of Cups. Okay, so immediate past shows that you may be thinking about all the past disappointments that you've experienced. Obviously, not a nice feeling, but don't forget you still have these two cups behind you that have not spilled. And behind this person, there is a bridge going towards the castle, okay? So there definitely is a pathway for you, but when you focus too much on what has already happened, it may bring it down and it may slow down that movement, okay? This is your immediate future, Seven of Cups, reversed. Okay, so with this card, I get the sense that you may have a lot more choice coming up. So you may, be in the state of sadness, but then maybe in your mind you're asking, okay, well, how about this or how about that? But you may be thinking of too many things at once, and then so all these things come at you, you may feel a little bit frazzled. Okay, so you need a good space to kind of sort through all of those emotions, all of the choices that you'll be presented with. That is your immediate future. This is your state of mind, the Star card. So the Star has been coming up quite a lot. The Star is a really good card in the upright position, especially in your state of mind. It shows that you actually have a lot of ambition behind your eyes. You have a lot of wishes you want to fulfill. You have a lot of dreams. And I feel that with this card, you want to show the world who you truly are. You really want to get out there and be who you want to be and do the things that make you happy. Okay, I do feel that from this card. And your state of mind is not to forget that you are a star and you're very confident in that, which is excellent. Okay, I heard before, the most confident person in the room wins. And I feel with this card, you are a winner. That is definitely your state of mind. Okay, this is your obstacle card. Okay, so in the obstacle position, you have the Queen of Wands reversed. So for this card, I get the sense that this is a person who has kind of lost motivation, maybe lost their way even. Okay, maybe they've come up to a point in their path where they feel like, okay, there are a lot of challenges, a lot more things that have to be taken care of. How am I going to do this? How am I going to cope? Okay, that's what I get from this card. So yes, that could be the obstacle. And if it's not your own energy, it could be maybe somebody you're dealing with. Maybe somebody is feeling very sad or withdrawn. Maybe you see somebody struggling. You really want to help this person. Okay, so this could be an issue. Maybe it's somebody close to you, like a family member who feels powerless. So I do get that sense from this card. Now this is what's going to help you out. And you have two queens next to each other, but they are both reversed. So I think to help you out in this case is to remind you, to get a hold of your emotions. From this card, I feel intuitively that somebody is really letting their emotions kind of lead the way when usually they may not always do that. Like it could be a situation when someone is usually very logical, very rational, but for some reason they're following their emotions a lot more these days. Okay, but it is telling you, because it's in your help position, that this is supposed to help you out. So perhaps it's trying to say, don't get too bogged down with the emotions. And maybe it's to say, take a hold of it, take stock of what's really happening, get your emotions in check, and think about it from a different perspective. Okay, don't get too emotional and don't get too sad about it, because that could drag you down and you may let that guide you when actually you should be letting logic guide at this point. Okay, this is your final outcome. This is the Ten of Wands reversed. Okay, so with this card, I feel that the load may suddenly be gone. So for some, maybe you feel like you're taking on everything, you're always working, you're always the one pushing for it. But suddenly it feels like, okay, the load is not yours anymore. Perhaps you're delegating, or perhaps people are stepping up and taking over some of the workload, which is really nice. It could be the ending of a certain work cycle and maybe a beginning of a next one. If you want this end, it may take a while to get there. So I do feel that with this 10, it is some sort of ending and beginning situation. Okay. And for this card, the last one here, you have worry. I am learning that worry doesn't change an outcome. Okay, so that's a beautiful reminder. Worry really doesn't, as much as, you know, people, it's easier to say than to do. And, you know, when people say don't worry, it just makes you want to worry more. I totally get that. But yes, worry doesn't help any. If anything, it just makes it worse. So this is just to keep that in mind. I think with the Queen of Cups reversed, it's like don't wallow and don't get too caught up in what could have been. Think about what can happen now. Okay, so hopefully that helps, and I hope you have a good mid-September to the end. Thank you.